Hey everyone, here is a food for thought video for you. Today, the thing that's coming up for me is this idea of how badly do you really want it? How badly do you really, really want it? And what I'm talking about is anything that you might want, anything that your heart desires around performance, achieving something, creating some kind of space in your life, being a better leader, having a healthier body, being a better parent, having a better relationship, having a healthier team, creating change on your team, creating culture transformation, creating the best outcomes possible. It could be anything. But really, the question comes down to how badly do you really want it? And have you taken the time to really claim it, to name it, to claim it, and then to create space for it? And in Contagious Culture, I do this for teams. I give the example of Team A and Team B. I talk about George and Georgette. We've got all sorts of good scenarios to play with. But for right now, let's just say Team A and Team B. And Team A, they say that they want to have a better culture. They want to have better leadership. They want to have their collaboration and their creativity and their ability to work together better. They want to improve that. And so does Team B. So they both are saying that they want the same things. But what I notice happens is that there is a different level of commitment and a different level of proclamation and devotion to creating the things that they said they want to create. And before I go any further, none of this is a make wrong. This is not making Team A or Team B wrong. This is just noticing the different variables. So you've got, one team who says this is really important to us, but yet they're not actually creating the space to do the work. They get busy, they get hooked into the weeds, they get into panic mode, they're in react mode, they're doing email at 11 o'clock at night. They're not actually creating the space to slow down, to go fast. Then you have the other team who same desired outcomes, but they actually make a decision to get really clear about what they're trying to create and why they're trying to create it. And then they put guardrails in place as a team to support it. So for example, a commitment to be able to call a timeout when they feel the team is moving really, really fast, or a commitment and full permission agreements to be able to name when something has gone off the rails, or to name when there's tension on the team. So you can see, that these two different teams are going to have two different outcomes. They're both going to do well with the work. They're going to be in a better place than they were before they started. But Team B, that is actually really creating the space, claiming it, naming it, doing the work around it, they're going to have probably 10x the results that Team A is going to have. Now, I could be wrong. It can get changed in a heartbeat. And believe me, when people are in our programs, when people are on our platform, we are doing everything we possibly can on our end to support them, making sure that they get what they want to get out of programming. But this is just a common thing that I notice is the power of making sure that you really get clear about how bad you want it, how bad you really want it. So for example, if Team A is doing this because it's something to check off the box, they've got a culture change initiative, they need leadership development, whatever. If they're just doing it to check it off the box and they're not prioritizing creating the space to actually create it, it's going to be hard for them to create the changes that they say that they want to create. So a couple of things to just keep in mind. And this is for you as an individual. This is for you with your team. This can be with you for your whole organization. Before you move forward on any kind of initiative, before you move forward on, trying to create culture change or to create any kind of change, you really want to get clear about how badly you want it. And even more importantly, why do you want it? Why do you want it? What's at stake? What's important about it? So why do you want it? How badly do you want it? And then what are you willing to do to create it? What are you willing to do in terms of, creating the space, creating the permission, creating the kind of dialogue that's going to be necessary to create change, whether that's with your team or with yourself or with your partner, whoever you're trying to create the change with. But how badly do you want it? Why do you want it? What's important about it? What are you willing to do to create it? If I'm having a hard time getting the results I want, often it's going to come back to I wasn't clear about my intention. I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was doing it to kind of check it off the list. I wasn't clear on the why, the heartfelt reason why it was important. Maybe I wasn't clear about the stakes involved. I wasn't clear about the impact of doing it and how good that would be versus the cost of not doing it and how painful that might be. So you want to just look at this. Nobody sets out to do something with a negative intention. Generally speaking, we don't set out to do things with negative intentions, but we might be missing our intention. We might be missing that intention and that energy and that presence that really connects us to why we're doing something, why it's important, and then helps us see what the next steps are going to be. So there's your inquiry. If you're in the middle of something for yourself or with a partner, with your business partner, your romantic partner, or your team or organization, whatever, and you're not creating the results that you say you want to create, or you feel like you're playing a little bit of whack-a-mole, especially if you're doing training initiatives and culture transformation initiatives, if you feel like you're playing whack-a-mole or you're on a tilt-a-whirl or wherever you might be, take a step back, take a breath, check your energy around it, and get really, really clear for yourself, for your team, for your organization. And I promise you that is going to open up a new level of access to create what you want to create. Sometimes when you do this, you're going to find you actually don't want it that bad. And you know what? That's totally fine too, because that right there is an energetic release. And now you're freed up to go do something different. So just be honest. Okay. We'll see you out there. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And if you have questions, if you want to join our platform, if you'd like to join membership, you can contact us here. And of course, if you'd like to join one of our executive forums, you can sign up here. We talk about this work. We talk about how we're doing it, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.